Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Let me just see. Yeah, it looks like my voice can be heard. It looks like that's the case from my end. Let me know if you can hear me, just for confirmation. That'd be cool. Thanks very much. We're going to start the quiz very soon. All right. A few last minute things here to get ready. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah. Hello, Noodle Doodles. Hello, Marion. Hello, Titty Biscuits. Thanks very much for letting me know you can hear. Yeah, Marion was at the pub last night. Fantastic. We're back in business in terms of the real world. So that's fantastic. Louisa was there as well. Hello. Welcome along to the Friday online quiz, everybody. I'm Dr. Paul. I'm your quizmaster. Thanks for coming. We're going to do the quiz real soon. Look, I'm here before 7 o'clock tonight, so that's quite good. Shall we do a little bit of pre-quiz? I think it's a good idea. I'm going to really quickly ask you some quiz questions. I'm going to just open up my database, ask you a couple of questions. First one to answer gets on the wheel, all right? Probably managed to fit in about 2, maybe 3 of these before we get started properly at 7 o'clock. Let me see here. Which British cheese is the only one that has its name registered as a trademark? Actually, I don't know if that's true. And can only be produced in Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, and Leicestershire. That's from the unchecked section of the database, so that probably needs updated. I'm sure it's not the only cheese registered as a trademark, but it's probably true that you can only produce it in Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, and Leicestershire. Anyone know that one? Aye, straight in there. No mucking about. Stilton. Yeah, Louisa is on the wheel. Great start. Right, Louisa, I'm typing your name into the wheel of names right now. See if we can get a couple more questions out just before we get started. What time is it? 18:58. Okay. Get away from these. Okay, which county in England is home to Wensleydale, which is famous for its cheese? You can tell I'm in the cheese section of the database at the moment. So which county is home to Wensleydale, as in the cheese, Wensleydale? Hello, Claire. Hello, Janice. Hello, Simon. Yorkshire's right, but I think I want something slightly more specific. Gary, you're right. I mean, it is Yorkshire, but I want something slightly more specific. I'll put you on the wheel. Gary McInnes. Yorkshire, Shropshire, Yorkshire, Gloucester, West Yorks. What's the county called? Where is it? I think Yorkshire Dales is right, but it's not the county. All right, Gary's got it as well. Right, okay. Well, let's just leave Gary on the wheel with that. I'm not putting you on twice for the same thing. You know what I mean? All right. It's 7 o'clock exactly. I'll fit it. No, that's it. 2 questions, 2 quick cheese questions. Right, okay, let's move on to tonight's quiz. Right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Dr. Paul YouTube, where we are just about to do the quiz. Can you do us a favor? Can you do me a favor and give me a share? If you share the quiz, then thanks. Plus you get a point. That's the way it works. I'm just in the process of sharing it right now. I'm just picking up the URL, going over to Twitter, and I'm just going to put this in Twitter live. Online free pub quiz starting right now. Link. There we go. Tweet, and I think I'll just do that on Facebook as well. Just real quick. It's just after 7 o'clock, so welcome everybody. We're going to hit the first question round about 5 past. I'll just do a quick introduction of how the quiz works, and then it'll be time to do the quiz. Let me see. I'm just posting this on Facebook now. There we go. Okay, done. Hope everyone's well. Hazel's got her party box. Terrific. Party box winner last week. Wait till you see tonight's party box if you've not seen the picture already. It's fantastic. Let's talk about tonight's quiz. Okay, live quiz starts soon. Here's some instructions. Here's how you play the quiz. It's really easy. You don't need apps. You don't need anything fancy. You just need a pen and a bit of paper. I'm going to ask you questions, one round at a time. You write down the answers as you go. Mark yourself after each round. And don't shout out answers in the chat, please, because everyone's just trying to answer the questions. So don't spoil it for others by shouting out the answers. Just write them down, all right? Now, there is an exception to this, which is if I ask a bonus question, like I've just been doing with those cheese questions. If I ask a bonus question, I'll clearly say this is a bonus question. And if I do that, then whoever answers first gets their name on the wheel of names, which is the wheel of prizes, all right, which looks a bit like that. And that's where you need to be if you want to win prizes. Okay, we'll spin the wheel after the late quiz tonight. I'm doing 2 quizzes tonight, this one and a later one. Spin the wheel after the second one. All the names go on the wheel and stay there. And then a spin for prizes after the second quiz. Quick look at, also keep your scores and upload your scores at the end of the quiz. Here's a quick look at this week's scores. I forgot to do Monday's league table, so there's Monday's league table. Either if you're top half, you're Scooby, bottom half, you're Scrappy, and then on Wednesday, top half teams get registered as being Ukraine, and the bottom teams have to be UK. That's purely Eurovision terms, nothing else. All right. Lorna Marion right at the top there, superb, 74 points. That's proper Ukraine. Bad luck to Bergen's house right down at the bottom. That's UK. You all looking forward to Eurovision tomorrow? I'm sure you are. I know I am. Hire me to do a Zoom quiz. Get in touch if you want one of those. Private quiz, you know. Deadpool's open for June. Get your entries in for June. Where's Deadpool? Here it is. I'm just going to put a link for you to follow that. Will you still be doing these if when you start back at the other places? We'll see. I'm going to be doing online quizzes, yeah. But at the moment, the schedule stays the same, okay, in terms of online. Put it that way. But I will be doing online quizzes, you know. Right, party box number 9. That's the big prize tonight. Look at that. A bottle of Kahlua, half bottle of Glen's vodka. A tin of Prince's corned beef. That is not shop's own. That's your proper Prince's. And it's a product of Brazil. So if you've got any political problems with that, it's too late. I've bought it. And now it's just a prize, okay? And Watermark CD by Enya. So what a night in that is. White Russians, corned beef sandwich, and put Enya on. Absolutely fantastic. No company required. That's a one-person party. All right. John Meacham's putting up his last books prize tonight, which is another collection of Reader's Digests. It is. Aye, that's right. The Gucci off the corned beef. That is correct. Princes. You know why it's called Princes? It's because all the princes eat that. Prince Andrew, Prince Charles, they all eat this corned beef. They don't eat Tesco's own or anything like that. They eat Prince's corned beef. All your major royal males, they all eat Prince's corned beef. What else we got? Big has put this up. It's a DVD of a Narnia film, and it comes with a poster, fold-out poster of a great big lion and all that stuff. Fantastic. Great for your spare room. Scratch cards, I'll probably do Ball Jaws and Nuts and Prizes, pardon me. And here we are. It's 5 past, just after 5 past. So let's do the quiz. Party box, yes. Good evening, Depleted Trouble over Bridgewater, and hello. Norman, I never got an address off you. I still owe you a prize. Sitting there in my prize things. I don't know where to send it. You need to send me some information as to where I send it. Right, anyway. Same letter round. You ready for this? Here we go. All 5 answers start with the same letter. So once you work out the letter, you're cruising. Brave Birth, right. So in which country was Mel Gibson born? That's the anti-Semitic film star, Mel Gibson. Whereabouts in the world was he born? In which country? That's question number 1. Question number 2, which television comedy show ran from 2006 to 2010 and starred America Ferrara as the main character, Betty Suarez? You're in the house, Ollie. You're not in some lay-by somewhere. You're not bricks and mortar tonight. Welcome. So what's the name of that show? Betty Suarez is the character. America Ferrara is the name of the actress. Ran from 2006 to 2010. Number 3. What's the name of the James Joyce novel, which includes a character called Molly Bloom? There's a literature question for you, aka books. James Joyce, Irish writer. One of his famous characters, Molly Bloom, appears in which James Joyce novel? Yeah, nice one. Back at home, feet up, nice. Has been a long week, isn't it? Which country is the home to both of these airlines, Etihad and the Emirates? They're not just football stadiums, they're airlines. All right. And they're both based in the same country. Which country are they based in? That's question number 4. And number 5 is a music question. Which song has been a UK number 1 hit in various decades for Jimmy Young, the Righteous Brothers, Robson and Jerome, and Gareth Gates? So they've all had hits with it. All number 1 hits? I think that's right. Certainly all had hits with it. A very famous song, been covered by loads and loads of people. So what's the name of the song that's got to number 1 with those people? Jimmy Young, the Righteous Brothers, Robson and Jerome, Gareth Gates. Right, and you are ready already. Ms. Duff is ready. Mr. Fowler is ready. Hello, chameleons. I'm going to replay these questions one more time, just in case you missed any, and then I'll show you the answers. All right, so it's good to tell me that you're ready, because then I know to move on if there's enough people telling me that you're ready. So where's Mel Gibson born? Name of the country. America Ferrara plays Betty Suarez. What's the name of the show? TV. Number 3, James Joyce novel with Molly Bloom. Number 4, Etihad and Emirates are airlines. Where are they based? Which country? Another country. So there's 2 countries in the first round. And remember, all these answers start with the same letter. And the last one there, song's been number 1 for Jimmy Young, Righteous Brothers, Robson and Jerome, and Gareth Gates. You sent it via PayPal. Right, okay. I'll have to look through the PayPals. Okay, I'll write that down. I need a pen. Right, here's a pen. Norman, PayPal. Okay, thanks. Gotcha, right, okay. All right. Okay, so that's the round. I think you've all got 5 answers now that all start with the same letter. So I'm going to show you these answers. And you do yourself the marking. You give yourself 2 points for each answer. Did you get the letter? for this round tonight. Yeah, letter U for unusual, because it is fairly unusual to have letter U. Here we go. Right, brave birth. Mel Gibson was born in the USA. Bonus question. What state was he born in? So he's American by birth. Moved to Australia when he was young. Kind of became famous in Australia, and then came back to the USA later on. Yeah, Hazel's straight in there with New York. Hazel is first to answer and is on the wheel for that one. Hazel Simpson, there we go, nice one. Peekskill or Peekskill, something like that. Upstate New York, anyway. Can't remember the exact name of the place, but definitely not Oklahoma. Okay, number 2. So 2 points, right, for United States. Betty Suarez is the character. America Ferrara is the actress. The show is called Ugly Betty. I've never seen it. I don't know what it's about. I mean, the title's kind of provocative. I don't really know how it is. Is it a good show? Has anyone watched it? Number 3, in which James Joyce novel does Molly Bloom appear? That is Ulysses. Ulysses is correct. Etihad and Emirates are both based in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. Very nice. And the last one, loads of different people have had hits with it. These people have had number 1s. It's the Unchained Melody. And there's the Righteous Brothers. That's what they looked like when they were quite young. I don't know why they're called Righteous Brothers. I don't know if they're particularly like right about things. It seems a funny old thing to call yourself, the Righteous Brothers. Does anyone know why? This is not a bonus question. Does anyone know why they're called the Righteous Brothers? I'm kind of looking it up. One of those things where you might originally formed by Bill Medley and Bobby Hatfield, but now comprising Bill Medley and Bucky Herd. Right, okay. I can't see. It was a funny show, Ugly Betty, yeah. Right, you tell me to get 13 points. Some people won't understand that. I'll move on. So you get 2 points for a right answer. So 10 out of 10 if you got all the questions right. But there are bonuses and you add them on at this point in the quiz. So you add 2 points if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber to YouTube, hit subscribe now. It gives you an immediate 2 points. Also add 1 point if somebody on the team has shared the quiz tonight. You can do that right now. You get a point. And if it's your birthday, add 1. So if it's not your birthday, the usual maximum is 13 points. If it is your birthday, could be 14. Uh, 13 for the fist, 13 for lumpy gravy, 9 for the spedge, spedge the ledge, living on the edge. 13 for chameleons, noodle doodles. 13 as well. Titty biscuits, 9. Karen's on 13. All right, pretty good start all round. Successful writer who is plain-ish goes to work at a fashion magazine. I guess that's the plot of Ugly Betty. Just in from getting your first vaccine. Got a Moderna like a massive hipster. It's funny that I've got to change my appointment to get mine. And everyone's asking, when are you getting? I don't know. How do you know? Hello, Ian. Welcome to the quiz. Doing it with my mate Nori. 12 points, subscribed, not shared yet. Get it shared, man. Come on, Ian. Anyway, thanks for coming and doing the quiz and welcome. There's all the answers together. Just got a USA there. Nice work. Nobody thought Mel Gibson could play a Scot, but look at him now, alcoholic and racist. Brilliant. David, that's funny, and I'm going to put you on the wheel for that. Somebody somewhere is taking offence to your comment, definitely, almost certainly. Not racists, we're not alcoholics. Well, you know, sometimes we are. Okay. Right, decent scores. Let's get straight on. Hello, Abbey Hillbillies. Hello, Jerry. So I've put David on the wheel because he's made me laugh, right? First person that makes me laugh properly every night gets on the wheel. So well done to David there. There's only one spot for comedy, though, because, you know, you all come firing in with the jokes after that. But, oh, actually, tell you what, we're going to have a proper jokes round later on. So if you've got a joke, save it. Make it a short one. Make it a one-liner, but save it for just now. We'll do an actual jokes round later on, right? So, picture round. Let's go straight into it. Let's not muck about. Which famous European football club does this badge belong to? Okay, have a look at the badge. Very, very famous European football club, one of the most famous, to the extent that even if you know nothing about football, you've probably heard of this, okay? You probably know this is a famous football club, even if you don't like football and don't care about football. Because being football, it's on the news all the time. Because it's essentially just a pastime, but they do report it like it's very, very important. Football. Thanks, Ian. Oh, well, we're only just getting going. Wait till you see the good stuff. Good stuff's coming up later. Right, number 2. Who's the bad boy here? Is this Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, or Jimmy Savile? 3 of the worst people in history. But as a boy, which one is this? Is it Adolf Hitler, dictator of Germany? Is it Joseph Stalin, dictator of the Soviet Union? Or is it Jimmy Savile, disc jockey? Who is that in picture number 2? Who's the bad boy? Number 3, which American surrealist photographer took this famous picture around about 1932? So, tried to be an artist, really, this person. American, lived in Paris. Hung out with the surrealists and the Dadaists. And really set out to be an artist rather than a photographer. Did fashion photographer part-time, but then, or just to pay the bills. But then his photographs became famous in their own right, and he became known for his photography. So who is the photographer here? Woof. What's this? Capital letter for question 2. Oh, you're right enough. Yeah, that is a typo. Right, well done, Louisa. You know the rules, ladies and gentlemen. If you manage to spot a mistake on my slides, let me know. If you're first, and if you spot something before I do and before anybody else, and you're correct, then you get your name on the wheel of names. So Louisa is on the wheel for that. Well done. Should be a capital W for who. Because I try to keep it proper, you know. But who's the photographer? I've done that one. Number 4, what kind of animal is this? One-word answer. The clue is it was thought by medieval people that these animals were born from fire, which is totally untrue. So what type of animal is this? You get them in different colors. This is a red one. You can get like yellow ones. Quite cute. But what type of animal is that? It's picture number 4. Picture number 5, last one in the round. It's Eurovision weekend. All right, so don't worry, there's not too many Eurovision questions. This one is just, what year is this the Eurovision scoreboard? All right. Have a guess at 1 year, and if you're within 5 years of the right answer, you get the points. Don't worry about the numbers, because that's obviously just like the phone number or something, or test numbers. It's got nothing to do with scores. It's more about like the style. And bear in mind, this is not a graphic. That was a real scoreboard, like very high in the studio. Before they had graphics, they had like a big proper scoreboard on the stage. So, which you can't really tell from this picture, but Just going on how it looks, the style of it. What year do you reckon that's from? Okay. And like I say, if you get within 5 years of the right answer, you get the points. Right, I'm going to quickly go over these again. Let me know if you need anything clarified. Question number 1, name the famous European football club. Something you've all heard of. Number 2, Hitler, Stalin, Savile. 3 worst people in history, but which one is it? Name the surrealist photographer who took this famous picture around about 1932. You know, photographers don't tend to be as famous as painters. But as far as like art photographers go, this one guy's one of the most famous. What kind of animal is this? 1-word answer. And have a guess at the year that the Eurovision scoreboard, which was a physical entity, looked like this. All right, everyone's ready. Thank you for telling me that you're ready. It keeps me abreast of how you're getting on in terms of pace. So I reckon you've had enough time. Let's move on to the answers. You ready for these? Right, so you mark yourself 2 points for each one. You ready? Here we go. FCB, that's Football Club Barcelona. FC Barcelona. 2 points for a right answer. You don't have to have the FC. Barcelona is fine. That's all you need. Or Barca, even. That's fine. Go easy on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself in the market. It's just for fun. Bad boy. Fisty, fighty, bad boy. It's your old pal, Adolf Hitler. The easiest way to tell if it's Hitler, questions like this, is to draw a little moustache on him. You see? Suddenly it looks exactly like him. Number 3, American surrealist photographer, did most of his career in Paris. Was pals with Salvador Dali and all that sort of thing. Is Man Ray. Man Ray. Well done if you got that. It's probably the most difficult one in the round. Number 4, what type of animal is this? It's a salamander. A salamander. And this one here, what year is this Eurovision scoreboard from? You've got to get within 5 years of the correct answer, and the answer is 1982. So, if you said anything between 1977 and 1987, then you get the points. All right. So, how did you get on? How did you score in that round? Bonus question, by the way, who won the Eurovision that year? Who was the winner? It was held in Britain because Bucks Fizz won it the year before, 1981. So the Eurovision was held in Britain. So not Spain, actually. Hang on, I better just check that. I think I know what the answer is here, but yeah, that's right. Germany is correct. Oh no, actually, Jerry was first. Yep, Germany. Ambition Freedom by Nicole. A Little Piece. Great song. Kind of hippie, kind of old school, but kind of timeless. Still stands up today. Good song. So well done, Jerry. You're on the wheel. Not seen you for a while, and you're back, and you're on the wheel. Okay, so let's have a look at those answers all together. Young Stalin looked like a boy band member. I think I know the picture you're thinking of. Like the thing is, with all these people, the pictures are much fewer and further between than kind of modern people. So there is one of Stalin, and he's got great hair, and it's all kind of up like that. That's a kind of young man Stalin. I don't know if there's any child Stalin ones. Can't think of any. Yeah, that's right, Nicole. Tell you what, another bonus question, actually. Might as well do another one. It's Eurovision, so I'll do a few Eurovision bonus questions. Whereabouts in the UK was the Eurovision hosted that year? It wasn't London. It wasn't Edinburgh. It wasn't really a big city. Quite a small place, really. Nah, not Birmingham. Birmingham had it in 1998. Brighton had it back in 74. Yeah, Harrogate is correct. Now, where are you first? I think you were. Yes. Well done, Graham S. You are on the wheel. Excellent. Yeah, it was held in Harrogate. Kind of weird, but there you go. Need some tips for Eurovision tomorrow so I can put my bets on. A lot of people are saying Italy. I don't think it'll win. I got a feeling Switzerland might win. Ukraine. I want Ukraine to win. Well done, Kerry. We know who the brains of the operation is there. Okay. Right, everybody, let's move on. It's time for the sound round, which is a music round tonight. Let's put this on so I can just check it's working properly. So I'm going to play 5 bits of music. You have to identify the artists. All of the possible answers are on the list there. You just got to pick out the right answers. It's as simple as that. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I think you should be able to hear this. Let me know if you can or can't. I just need to turn down the thing here. Here is tonight's music round.
By the way, if you see your mom this weekend, you be sure and tell her, Satan! Satan! Satan!
They said this day wouldn't come. We refuse to run. We've only just begun. You'll find us chasing the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. You'll find us chasing the sun. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, all right. That was quite good, that music round. Quite liked it. Does anyone need to hear those again? I'm going to play it again. It's nice to see you all talk about Eurovision. We have different opinions. But I'm going to play this again. Remember, the answers are on that list. So just look at the list, pick out the right answers. Here is the music round one more time. Come on, here it is.
I am still here 2 days later. Same place, same time. And I'm stuck here 2 years too long. Same place, the wrong time. Oh, our love is like the flowers.
By the way, if you see your mom this weekend, would you be sure and tell her, Satan, Satan, Satan!
They said this day wouldn't come. We refuse to run. We've only just begun. You'll find us chasing the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. You'll find us chasing the sun.
That last one, I want to really not like it, but it's really good. Right, okay, everyone's ready. I see this. No, I didn't know about Goa's cover of Verka Seducia. I'll have a look at that. Everything I've seen Goa do is brilliant. That's the band who are doing Ukraine's entry this year. They're amazing. The British one is so bland. It's going to come 24th. That's my prediction. Anyway, here we go. Here come the answers. Ready? 2 points for each of these. Number one was a band called The Knife. I don't really know much about The Knife. In fact, I'll make that a bonus question. Where are The Knife from? I'm pretty sure they're foreign, right? Let me I'm just looking them up. The Knife. Yeah, they are a bit foreign. They're a bit European, actually. Oh, look. Straight away, no mucking about. Hazel's bang straight in there with Sweden. Yeah, they are from Sweden. Very good. Excellent. Super fast, Hazel. Abroad. There's two types of countries, Britain and abroad. Nice. Okay. Rest of these answers. Cher, Turn Back Time, probably the greatest song ever written. Cher. So hot right now. Number 3 is New Order. Can never work out if I really like, but that one's a good one. Number 4 is the opening of a song called Sweat Loaf. It's by the Butthole Surfers. One of my favourite bands. Good fun. The Butthole Surfers. Lots of that's different attitudes. And number 5 is The Wanted. Just a bang-on pop song. No mucking about, no excuses, no hate. Just a bit of pop music. So The Wanted. There you go. That's the 5. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hairway at Stephen. That's the Buttholes. I don't know all of their albums. I've got about 4 or 5 of their albums, and they're just all fantastic. $10 out of 10 for the Daft. All right. 10 out of 10 for the Spage. Guesswork for number 3, New Order. Yeah, it's a fairly distinctive sound, New Order. Their best known songs are True Faith and Blue Monday, and that little clip didn't sound unlike those from the 80s. I can't remember the name of the song, but from the 80s. Good to know other people are liking the Buttholes. All right. Running Order's our friend this year on after the break. You're talking about the UK. You know, I think it was about 10 years ago I stopped caring about how the UK does at Eurovision, and that's when I started really, really enjoying Eurovision, is when I stopped caring about how Britain does. You know, it's a key thing. If you can just get over it, you go, I don't care. And then you can start enjoying the contest properly. I'm not saying you don't. I know you enjoy the contest, but You know, we keep putting rubbish songs in. Hey, 10 out of 10 with a butthole guess. Nice one. Guess the buttholes. Yeah, that's the thing. That's a good thing about them. Their name kind of goes with the music. It makes it guessable. 10 with 3 guesses. That's brilliant. Okay, let's move on. What we got next? It's a quick one. It's a conundrum. This is an anagram. All right, a 9-letter anagram. So you rearrange the letters, rather, into an English language word, a standard word. So it's not the name of anything. It's not a title. It's just an English language word. You get 60 seconds to do not shout out the answer for this one. All right. Because everyone gets 60 seconds to solve it. So if you do think you've got it, you can put in the chat, got it, or ready, or something like that. And here we go. Here it is. So lucid tiff. And there goes the timer. So it's counting down. You got 60 seconds to solve this. This year's song isn't too bad. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, like, the UK song is probably the best one for, well, it's probably the best sort of 2 or 3 we've put in over the last 10 years. But it's still fairly bland. Got it. Everyone's got it. Easy, says Phil. Oh, cats. Got it. Hello, Peter. Hello, the middle masses. Still got 15 seconds left. It's a difficult one. It's an easy one. Lumpy Gravy have got it. That's what happens when your mind tries to do 2 things at once, folks. We're counting down here. A couple of seconds left. I'm going to show it straight away because everyone's saying it's easy. 3 points if you got it right to add to your score. It's difficult. All right, lucid tiff is difficult. Yeah, challenging is a better word, isn't it? Than just giving away the answer like that. Hey ho, right. I'm hoping that almost everybody got 3 points on that one. Remember, just keep a note of your score. I'll get you to upload your total score at the end of the quiz. Okay, let's move on. Thumbs up. This is me officially asking you to like the quiz with your thumb, with the like button. All those likes helps the algorithm. You know what I mean? Thanks very much. Right, okay, let's move on. Oh, jokes round. Let's do it now. If you've got a joke, put it in. I'm going to open the joke floodgate for about 2 or 3 minutes. And whoever's got the best joke by the end of this 2 or 3 minutes of outright comedy, sheer hilarity, will be the winner. I know I said it. I know I said it as the second it came out of my mouth. Quizmaster's cursing it when you accidentally say the answer. Because the answer's there in your head. That's half the job. Half the job is shutting down the part of your head that knows the answer. Noodle Doodle's got 10 points for the anagram. Nice work. Ah, you mean 3. Good. Because I was going to have to... Right, here we go. Here's the first joke. Teddy Biscuit say, why was the prisoner lonely? Because he was in his cell. That's an old one. It's a perfectly serviceable joke. What did one hat say to another? You stay here, I'll go on ahead. It's a hat joke. There's a new vaccine required to stop the spread of the new Indian variant. It's called the Punjab. Right. Is that geopolitics? I backed a horse at 10-1. It came out at 4:20. Right, that's the first one that properly made me laugh, Keith. That's the winner so far. Let's try a few more. What do you get hanging from banana trees? Sore arms. Yes, you do. It's a blunt statement of fact, Ross, rather than a joke, particularly. Heard that Dr. Paul Jordan on Radio Scotland today, Eurovision expert, apparently did a PhD on the politics based on Estonia joining the EU. Right. A Dr. Paul who's a Eurovision expert on the Radio Scotland. I've been that guy in a different sense. I laughed. That was acting. No, not a joke. Yes, I worked that out. Right. It looks like Keith's joke's the winner. Keith, you're on the wheel. That's it. We've had 2 solid minutes of total hilarity. And Keith is the winner. Back to horse at 10-1. It came in at 4:20. That's just my luck. What time does Andy Murray go to bed? He goes to bed at 10-ish. That's more like what time does Sean Connery play tennis, surely? Why are people hoarding toilet roll? Because when one person coughs or sneezes, everyone shits themselves. That is celebrating its first anniversary, that joke. Tommy Cooper, right. Why does it take 3 women with PMT to screw in a light bulb? Because it just bloody does. Good jokes, but Keith was first. He's even given credit to his source, which is good. But you're on the wheel anyway. Can't put Tommy Cooper on the wheel because he's dead. Can't win anything. Right. Let's do the next round. Blanco. It's time for Blanco. What time is it? It's 20-8. In case you don't know where this is going, I'm finishing the main quiz at 8 o'clock. Get you to upload your scores then. And then we'll play games for names to get a few more names on the wheel up to 8:30, and then I go off, and then I come back on at 9 o'clock for the second showing of the quiz. All right. So this main quiz should be wrapped, as they say, by 8 o'clock. Right. Tonight's Blanco is about the inequality of sport. Here's a list of 8 countries that have more than 20 million people living there, but have never, ever won an Olympic medal, gold, silver, or bronze. Never won any medal. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it's the same Ross Noble. I don't think it's Ross known as a comedian Noble. That's this Ross Noble. Because, well, I mean, and the reason I think that is quite clear. Anyway, look at this list of countries. So the thing is, you know, every time there's Olympic Games and Britain gets 100 medals or whatever, and it's always on the news, Britain is great, Britain is fantastic, we're the best because we win medals. But all it is an expression of global inequality because poor countries don't win medals, right? It's not what the Olympics is for. The Olympics is for rich people. So just to highlight that, here's some pretty large countries, but despite being large, they've never, ever won any medal at the Olympics, gold, silver, or bronze. Is this summer and winter? Yes. All Olympics. To be fair, most of these countries would never have been near the Winter Olympics anyway. You know what I mean? Like these tend to be poorer countries, all right? So try and work out who's on this list and tell me when you're ready. It's 1 point per answer for this one, for this round. So a maximum of 8. I'll maybe think of something that's a bonus to make an extra 2 points. Mr. Doyle is ready. Miss Duff is ready. All they need is a bobsleigh program to lucky. I better take this off. Better not put comments up because it's covering up the blancos. What's the lucky egg? Simon's ready. Thank you very much. I hate the Olympics. Apart from weightlifting, which is intense and absolutely amazing, and synchronized swimming, which is just mind-blowing. Everything else is kind of boring at the Olympics. Tell me if I'm wrong. What's your favorite Olympic sport? Quite like speed skating. That's all right. But, you know, most of it's kind of like the running. You know, who cares? Like 8 guys, one of them runs faster than the other. Like, I don't care. Well done. Well done to the person who ran faster, but it's kind of dull. I'd like to like archery, Peter, but I'm sure I watched it once and it was dull, you know? It was really dull. Are you talking about doing archery? Because I imagine doing it is fantastic. But to watch it, it's like, oh, man. Here's the two most predictable comments of the night. Ladies beach volleyball. Girls beach volleyball. It's a bit dark. When I lived in Greece, there was this annual beach volleyball tournament that took place in the town. There's no sand on the island, so they had to make this kind of made-up sand court down in the port, in the car park near the wharf. Temporary stands. It's really good. It was sponsored by Lipton Iced Tea. And every now and again, when the volleyball had been on slightly too long, they would say, right, time for a break. They'd sound a hooter. And the players would go off for a break, and the Lipton Ice Fun Girls would come on. They had very small shorts and fairly small T-shirts. And they would do a dance routine to pop music. The Lipton Ice Party Fun Tea Girls or something like that. Me and the missus used to go down there every night. Every night it was on for about 4 days. Well, should we go down to volleyball? Yeah, fine. It was free. Just go into the stand, just sit there. Have some nuts, you know. Right, everybody ready? Yeah, I think you are. Otherwise, I'll just be talking about reminiscences of Greece. Okay, here are the answers for the Blanco. Right, you ready for this? 1 point for each of these, okay? Bangladesh. 163 million people, no Olympic medals. Number 2, Democratic Republic of Congo. Bigger than the UK, 0 medals. Myanmar, 54 million people, no medals. Of course, that's Burma. If you put Burma, you know, you can have the points. Myanmar's the new name, but still known by quite a lot of people as Burma. Number 4 is Angola, down in Africa. Number 5 is... not too many countries start with a Y. Yemen. Number 6... it's quite a lot of countries start with M. So well done if you got this one. It's Madagascar. Nepal, right up there in the Himalaya. Loads of people, no medals. And the last one, Burkina Faso. Yeah, so there you go. Look, I can't really think of a bonus. That's just going to have to be 8 out of 8 for this round. All right. My cousin lives in Myanmar. She likes war zones. Yeah. It's a bit tasty down there. It's quite a bit tasty in a lot of different places at the moment around the world. You got the Gaza Strip, Myanmar, Swansea. All sorts going off. Only 4 points. I don't think that's such a bad score. Whoa. Miracle Full House for Noodle Doodles. That's superb. Great stuff. Okay, the scores look like they're on the low side on this round, so don't worry, folks, because it's the same for most of you. You've not got 10, Andrew. You've got 8. Or if you've got 5 right answers, then you've got 5 points. It's 1 point per correct answer in this round. There's Louise asking, 1 point or 2? It's 1 point per. Tell you what, I'll do a bonus question for everyone. So not first to shut out, but I'll give you a few moments to answer this, and it's just while I go and look it up. And this is for 2 points, okay, to make the whole round out of 10. So what is the country that's had the most Olympic medals ever, counting summer and winter Olympics? Add them all together. Name the one country that is at the very, very top of the table. Don't shout this out, right? This is not for a bonus. Not that type of bonus, but it's just for 2 extra points, just to level this round up to Just to level this round up to 10 out of 10. So let me see. All-time Olympic Games medal table. There we go. I'm pretty sure I think I know who it's going to be. Let's just check it out. With 2,828 medals, the correct answer is the USA. All right, so if you said United States for this question, then add 2 points. So that makes the round out of 10. All right. And that's not a bonus to get on the wheel, so it doesn't really matter who said it first on the thread, but there you go. Okay. Shall we move on? 50-50 round. Got 8 minutes left to try and do 2 rounds. Let's see if I can fit them in. So thanks to Robin Phillips, who came up with the idea for this round. Quotations. 50-50 round, so just pick the right answer. Here we go. Question number 1. Fashion passes, style remains. There's a missing quotation mark there in a roundabout quotes. That's a terrible typo. But I've spotted it first. So, fashion passes, style remains is a mantra most closely associated with which French fashion icon? Coco Chanel or Jean-Paul Gaultier? Thanks, Graham. Yeah, I'm just smashing the global system and doing a quiz at the same time. Thank you. Number 2, what is Scarlett O'Hara's famous line from Gone with the Wind? Well, she's got more than one famous line, but which of these is a famous line for Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind? I'll never be hungry again, or I'll never be poor again. What is the line? Hello, Felix. Didn't see you before. So I'll never be hungry again, or I'll never be poor again. What's the classic line from Gone with the Wind? Number 3, a bit of Latin, bit of philosophy. Which Latin phrase is the most famous attributed to French philosopher René Descartes? Is it cogito ergo sum or vini vidi vici? So a little bit of Latin for you, a little bit of philosophy. René Descartes was French, but there's a Latin phrase that's most associated with him. Who is it? Is it cogito ergo sum or vini vidi vici? If you're going to call out a typo, OCATs, call out the typo, okay? Because otherwise I don't know what it is. Don't just say typo, because then I've got to do live proofreading. Tell me what the mistake is. Right, number 4, the French view. Which famous description of the English was attributed to Napoleon? A nation of gardeners or a nation of shopkeepers? This was supposed to be an insult, right? This is Napoleon's insult to the English. What did he call them? A nation of gardeners? You're a nation of gardeners? Or a nation of shopkeepers? What a desultory Frenchman. Number 4, which international superstar once said, quote, there are many dying children out there whose last wish is to meet me. Who said that? David Hasselhoff or Phil Collins? The most famous phrase. Right, let's have a look. Phil's calling me out on a typo. Let's see if he's right. Let's just, I'll go back over these. Which Latin phrase is the most famous attributed to French philosopher René Descartes? No, that's fine. It's an awkward sentence, but it's technically okay, I think. So I'll go over it one more time. Fashion passes, style remains. Whose mantra was that? Coco Chanel or Jean-Paul Gaultier? What is Scarlett O'Hara's famous line from Gone with the Wind, or a famous line from Gone with the Wind? I'll never be hungry again, or I'll never be poor again. Which Latin phrase is the most famous attributed to French philosopher René Descartes? I think that sentence is fine. Andrew, you're completely right, but I noticed that first. I did say it. I said it as soon as it came up. So Umlauf is saying it's Veni, not Vini. Well, You're right. I don't think Katz was saying that, but you're right, Umlauf. So I'll put you on the wheel. Yeah, Veni Vidi Vici it should be. Number 4, which is Napoleon's insult to the English. A nation of gardeners or a nation of shopkeepers? And who said there are many dying children out there whose last wish is to meet me? Was that David Hasselhoff or Phil Collins? So Umlauf S, I'll put you on the wheel for spotting a mistake. Why is that not going in? Am I not in the right place? Right, Umlauf S. There we go. Okay. Right, everybody ready? I think so, because it's a quick round. You just got to pick the right one out of 2. So here we go. Here come the answers, folks. 2 points for each one. Fashion passes, style remains. Who's the icon? It's Coco Chanel. No relation to Coco Monkey from Coco Pops. Number 2, Scarlett O'Hara's line is, I'll never be hungry again. She goes back to Tara. Everything's in ruins. Atlanta's burning. As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. And she threatens to be a bad person. As long as it means everything's going to be okay. Well done, Umlauf, for spotting this. It should be Veni. But it's not the right answer. It's cogito ergo sum. Go on. First one to translate it gets on the wheel. Cogito ergo sum. Translation, please. Somebody is bound to know this. Somebody will know this. First person to put it in the chat will win a place on the wheel. Cogito ergo sum. I know that somebody's going to... Yeah, there we go. They all came in at once. It's Louisa was first. I think, therefore, I am. And she's done it in capital letters as well, which is great, very accurate, because that's exactly how Descartes did it back in the day in his discourse on the method. Wrote it in capitals because he thought, this is a good line. Cogito ergo sum. Caps. All right, a nation of gardeners, nation of shopkeepers. That is Napoleon with his so clever French insult. It's a nation of shopkeepers. You are a nation of shopkeepers. There he is. Just moments after delivering the insult. I'm so clever. Number 5, there are many dying children, and their last wish is to meet me. Who would come out with a thing like that? It's the Hoff. Making dreams come true. He likes to meet one dying child a week. The old Hoff. So, there's 1 minute to 8. I'm not going to get finished in time, but we'll try and get finished as quickly as possible. Coco Chanel, I'll never be hungry again. Cogito ergo sum, a nation of shopkeepers, and David Hasselhoff. How'd you get on? 10 out of 10 for the Duff, 10 out of 10 Chameleons, 10 for Tom Nook, 10 for the Doyle, 8 for the Spedge. Happy with that. Janice got 8. 10 out of 10. Good old Hoff. Bad old Hoff. 10 points in the bonus. I'm on fire. On fire. Didn't get number 3. Veni Vidi Vici's I came, I saw, I conquered. That's Caesar. Julius Caesar. So totally different kettle of fish. Yeah, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore, I am. Try to nail down the ontological situation. So he was. Right, okay, let's move on to double or bust. Right, final round for the points for the main quiz. This will determine your score, your final score. Double or bust is double points, 4 points per correct answer, which is exceedingly exciting. It's more exciting than cutting your own hair. You know? Look at that. Hair. It's more exciting than cutting your own hair. It's double or bust. 4 points for right answer. So if you went for them, got them all right, you get 20 points. However, there's a risk you can go bust. If you answer a question and you get it wrong, then you get 0 points for the whole round, and that is bust. Okay? To avoid going bust, to mitigate the chance of going bust, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer every question. You decide how many you're going to go for. If I was a dying child, I'd like to meet Sir Phil. But each to their own. I think I'd just like those two away from me if I was a dying child or a dying person. Just don't think I'd like to either of them to be coming buzzing round my bed like a celebrity. Like a celebrity mourner. Looks like good scores in that round. Right, here we go. This round now. Double or bust. So Bunny Boiler. In which 1987 film does a casual affair, as a casual affair, obviously, result in Glenn Close killing and boiling a pet rabbit? So I've spotted the typo. You don't have to spot it. I've done that. So what's the name of the film? 1987. Glenn Close kills and boils a family pet rabbit. What is the name of the film? That's question number 1. Number 2. Big bird. Which bird with the scientific name Struthiocamelus has an eye that is larger than its brain? Typos all over the place tonight. And it can run at speeds of more than 40 miles per hour. So name that bird. Scientific name is Struthiocamelus. Its eye is bigger than its brain. And it can run at 40 miles per hour. Amazing. What is that bird? What is that big bird? Number 3. Okay, which group of islands, geography question, belongs to Spain and includes the minor islands La Gomera and Ferro? Ferro is also known as El Hierro. So name that group of islands. It's a group of islands. There's a lot more famous islands in the group than these. These are some of the minor ones. La Gomera and Ferro. Ferro is also known as El Hierro. So which island group is that? That's question number 3. Double or bust? Are you going to go for these or are you going to chicken out? Leave them blank. Number 4, an internationally recognized business management degree is MBA, but what does the A stand for in that abbreviation? So you can go and study for an MBA, and it's a business degree. Get a big job. Get a job as a CEO at a Fortune 500 company. Fantastic. Get paid £25 an hour and possibly more. But what does the A stand for in MBA? That's question number 4. Okay, last question tonight. It's quite often a year question. Is it a year question tonight? Yes, it is. So what year did these things happen? You got to get within 3 years of the right answer to get the points. So The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis was first published. And the Korean War started, broke out. Fighting between North and South Korea. So, and then they were kind of joined in by the superpowers. It's like a proxy Cold War, hot war thing. But what a year. Okay. So if you get within 3 years of the correct answer, then you get the points. Right, let me know which ones you're going to go for. Well, let me know how many you're going to go for. I'm going to play these through one more time. Second chance, and then I'll show you the answers. Then I'll get your scores uploaded. Okay, so Glenn Close kills a pet rabbit. Bunny Boiler. 1987 film. What's the name of the film? Struthiocamelus, 40 miles an hour. Bird with a eye bigger than its brain. Which is this big bird? Question number 3. La Gomera, Ferro, also known as El Hierro. Minor islands in which group of islands that all belong to Spain? Number 4. MBA. You get an MBA degree and you become instantaneously rich forever. But what does the A stand for? And The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis and the Korean War, both same year. So guess a particular year. Don't say a range, just a particular year. And if your answer is spot on or 3 years out, either way, you get the points. If you're 4 years out, you bust. Okay? Right, we're declaring balls out. Let's see. Noodle Doodles, Karen, Louisa, Lumpy Gravy, Marion, all going balls out, which means answering all 5. It means laying the balls out there on the table, ready to be crushed by truth. Or beautifully left alone. Big slap or a big sigh of relief. The more I think about it as a metaphor, it doesn't really work, but I like it nonetheless. Ball's out for a 69. How's about it? What a Friday night. Fantastic. Going for 4, I think Mr. Doyle's saying. Right, I'm about to show you the answers. Before I show you the answers, I'll remind you that I am doing this for tips. I actually started working in a pub last night for the first time in over a year. It was great, and I got paid. But I'm still a long, long way behind my previous income before the pandemic started. So any tips that I get go towards running my house, which includes the missus and the kid, right? That's why I ask for tips. So I like that you come here. Thanks very much. I do like a tip. If you think it's worth a tip, that's the link for you. All right. But mainly, thanks for coming. Please tell other people about the quiz. Okay, here we go. Ready? Oof, that's a prelude to disaster, isn't it? Might as well go balls out having a stinker tonight. Could end up with a tiny score. Right, here's the answers. You ready? Right, 4 points. Glenn Close, Boy and a Pet Rabbit. Fatal Attraction is the name of the film. There it is. That's where the phrase bunny boiler comes from. It's pretty rough, man. The bird question has caused rows in Huddersfield. Let's see who's won the row. It's an ostrich. Struthiocamelus is an ostrich. Sparrow camel is how it translates. Number 3, La Gomera, Ferro, El Hierro, they're all islands in the Canaries, the Canary Islands. Las Canarias, if you're going Spanish style. So there they are. They're on the left there. You see them. There's Tenerife, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, Fuerteventura. They're all the famous ones. The more famous ones. Then off here, La Gomera and El Hierro. MBA is Master of Business Administration. It's really it's maybe the dullest answer in any quiz ever. Administration. And number 5, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, C.S. Lewis and the Korean War. Both happened in 1950. So if you said between 1947 and 1953, then you got the points. If you said something outside of that, then you are bust. Bust is 0 for the round. You still get your points from earlier on, but 0 for the round. So there's the final answers. What did you score? What was your total score? I'm going to give you the upload link right now to upload your score. And I'll make a nice, lovely league table out of tonight's scores once I get them all in. What time is it? 9 minutes past 8. It's not too bad. So we've got time for some games for names. $64. 64 is respectable. Yeah, very respectable. Very good. 69 total for Tom Nook. Great stuff. Oh, look at that. Noodle Doodles in hot form. 76. Ooh, just scraping in as well. 1952. Nicely done. Excellent. 64. Not bad, not bad. Yay! The middle mass gamble paid off. Uninspiring before this scores wise, and they thought, go boys out. It doesn't matter. Come on. And it paid off. That's the way. Oh, God. There's the other side of the coin. Busted. We got everything right, but it said 1954. No. I think the Korean War was over by then. I don't think it lasted long. It was pretty brutal. It was... I was reading, I don't know much about the Korean War, but I was reading a little bit about it today. And it's horrendously bloody. Yeah, 1953, June 50 to July 53. So, yeah, 3 years, 1 month, 2 days. So just over 3 years. Result, military stalemate, it says here on Wikipedia. Huge amounts of dead people. Civilians, total civilians killed, not military, but total civilians killed, estimated at 2 to 3 million in that war. Bloody hell. 16. That's good score in that last round. Went for 4, got 4 right. Bottled it on NBA. That's a difficult one. I like the question. I said it was a dull answer, but it's a good question because it's a thing you hear all the time, NBA. And then it's like, hang on, what does that actually mean? You know? Busting ostrich went for emu. Graham, that is the worst rationale for answering a question I've ever seen in my life. Bust on ostrich went for emu because of the struth in the scientific name. Therefore, it must be Australian. It's Latin. I don't know what to say. That's spectacular. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That's the, you know, I don't want to dress this up, but that's dumb as fuck. That's a shocker. Thanks for admitting that, Graham. You're on the wheel, though, so you might win the party box. That's what matters. Yeah, there was a few stinkers in there tonight. Difficult quiz. Right, okay, let's get some games for names on. What do you want to do? Get a score uploaded, folks. But what are we going to do for games for names? Let's have a look. That's a good point. I could send that in a private. I might do that. Mystery bag. I don't really have a mystery bag set up. Kazoo? Oh, God, really? Okay. Okay. Right. Start off with a kazoo then. Let's get the beatbox on, because I do have a few kazoo things prepared. I don't have a mystery bag prepared. I'll get a mystery bag ready for the later quiz. Right, there's my beatbox. Just got to get to my list of things so I can get a... Let's try this. Okay. So I'm going to play a tune on the kazoo, and you just got to say what tune it is. First person to get it right in the chat gets on the wheel. Hey, it is Seasons in the Sun, yeah. But a wine at a time, what just seasons at a time. That was the recommended BPM. It sounded a bit slow to me, but hey ho. Well done to Lorna in Turkey. And Murky Turkey. Completely and utterly lost my window. Oh, here it is, because I've got Wikipedia on. Lorna. Aslan Boga. Right, there we go. Well done, Lorna. Let's do another Kazula-palooza. Goodbye, Michelle. It's hard to die. While all birds are singing in the sky. Right, let's try this one. Some slightly quicker. 114 this time, it says, according to my beats per minute research. Hey! Of course it's Walking on the Moon. Yeah! Well spotted, Andrew. Hope my legs don't break. Walking on the moon. Sting. That's before he used to save the rainforest. Right, okay, I'll try and do one more. I'll try a more difficult one. Right. Actually, exactly the same tempo, just about. 119 instead. Okay, this next one is from the early 90s. Let's see what I can do here. Is it going to be the same beat? Nah. Let's just do this. Snares all the way. Hey! Brilliant. I'm glad somebody got that. I thought, right. Love to Hate You. And then backed up with some proper typing as well. Nice work, Mr. Bernie again. All right. Erasure, right? In case you don't know. Great song by Erasure. Love to Hate You. It was one of my favourite things that I ever saw in my life. Was at the Glasgow School of Art. Round about 20 years ago, something like that. And me and my friend David, who used to run the quiz there, were hosting the talent show at the art school, which was always a bit of an event. I can't remember if the guy won or not. He was definitely my winner on the night. But a guy came out, didn't have a lot of friends, this guy, you know, he's quite a loner. And he says, I'm going to read a poem. And he had these 2 A4 sheets all closely written. It's like poem about love and loss and stuff like that. And the more he read it, the more he lost the crowd. You know, the crowd stopped caring. He didn't care. He was just reading into his microphone. And therefore, in the winds of the shame, and I will see you in the blah, 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 blah. And by the time he finished the poem, he'd lost everybody. The whole bar was just chatting to each other, getting drinks. No one cared. But then the second part of the act was, he said to the sound guy, right, play the tape. And it was Love to Hate You by Erasure. And he delivered an incredible version of Love to Hate You, won everybody back. And I'm pretty sure he won the talent show. It was just great. Nice work, Sophie. I think this happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Where there's 2 people maybe in a household, and one does the brains and one does the typing. Right, that's Kazula Palooza. 2 Andrew Bernies, 1 Lorna Aslan Boga. Let's do, okay, there's no little suggesting Where Am I? No problem. I've got Where Am I set up and ready to go. Oh, actually, not quite. I've not turned off the labels, so I'll just do that quickly, and then we'll play Where Am I? You have to guess where we are. I'm going to show you some street view from somewhere in the world, thanks to Google Maps. And you just got to say where we are, right? Name of town or city. So here's the first one. Yeah. Where am I? Ian's in Cambridge. We're on WhatsApp video link. I'm in Glasgow. Right, I see. Yeah, it's good. Distant teams. We've all learned how to do that these days. Lincoln. No, it's got a very similar sort of vibe to Lincoln in some ways, but no, it's not Lincoln. That's probably a bad clue. That'll make you think lots of things that are not the answer. Ultimately, Fochabers, Lincoln, Fochabers, Toulouse. No. Let's go. Right, I've got to be really careful not to hit businesses. Now, this is the main feature we're seeing. Look at that. It's a railway going right through the high street. Oh, you know it. Fantastic. Pool. Brilliant. Excellent, Louisa. Louisa Jobson. There we go. Yeah, so it's one of these places with a level crossing right in the high street. That must go wrong sometimes. That's the main line to Bournemouth or whatever. And then there's people just crossing the street. Must go wrong sometimes. Must go wrong for people like her sometimes. Just she's not even looking. She's just trusting the system that there's no train coming, you know. She's completely trusting. She's got her shopping. It's been quite a long morning. She just wants to go and have a cup of tea, maybe go home afterwards. And what do you know? Like that. There was a sign, right? Okay, that does happen sometimes. I lived here for a short time when I was a kid. Lived in Poole. I don't really remember it. I kind of remember the train station, but I think that's around the corner up that way. Anyway, South Coast, near Bournemouth. Right, let's. Is that the Queen? I don't think it is. Let's have. Oh, mind you, right enough, it is the Queen. Well, she better be careful. Look, she's had a lifetime where everything's done for her. That's why she's not looking. She's not looking at what could happen, what could be coming down the tracks. Been there, it's quite posh down there. We lived on an estate outside the town, but you know what I mean. Right, okay, so let's take this one off and let's get another one on. Well done to Louisa getting the first. Where am I? What time is it? 24 minutes past. We've got time for another couple of these at least. So let's get the second one on. Where is the second one? Is it this one? No, we're going to do this one first, right? Okay. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. I kind of need a smart person to press my buttons, if you know what I mean. Okay, here we go. Right, where are we now? I'll give you a clue straight up on this one. We were talking about the Olympics earlier. This is an Olympic city. No. So it's not Fochabers. Fochabers has never had the Olympics. Neither has Sheffield. Neither has Kiev or Minsk or Warsaw or Frankfurt. Munich has, but it's not Munich. Chicago? No. Rio, Helsinki, St. Louis? No. Moscow, Berlin, Calgary? No. SLC, what's that? Vancouver, Oslo, Stockholm, Helsinki, Barcelona. Innsbruck is the right answer. Very, very good. Brilliant. Nice work, Louisa. Second one in a row. All right, I've reshaped the window, haven't I? So now I've got to do this. Okay, very good. Yeah, in Austria, Innsbruck in Austria, they had the Winter Olympics in Innsbruck, which I guess you worked out from these mountains in the background and, you know, some fairly German stuff going on there. Put them together. What do you get? Innsbruck. Das Tiroler Wirtshaus seit mehr als 500 Jahren. 500 Jahren. Nah, I don't know what it means. 500 years. Something's been there for 500 years. Very good. Right, okay. Really good. Good answer. Let's do one last Where Am I? Let's go further afield. Let's leave Europe and see what we can find. Where are we now? Now, this is more difficult. This is more obscure. This is pretty remote, pretty far away. Don't want to zoom in too much in case there's dirty big signs saying the name of the place. Don't want to give that away straight away. Antananarivo, no. St. Gallen, no. Right, that was still the Olympics. Oh, there's a flag up there. Does that help you? Let's go back here. It looks a bit more lively this way. Let's go up here. This looks like a kind of main avenue. Liechtenstein, Johannesburg, Tel Aviv, Managua. No. Can you see any people? Let's go along here. Looks like a nice day. But it's only that warm. Guy's got a big coat on. Lima, Santiago, Mexico City, Tierra del Fuego. Yeah, what's the name of the city? That's what I'm looking for. Name of the city. That's a very good guess, Gary, but I want the name of the city. Puerto Williams. No. I don't think so, unless that's an alternative name for a place that I don't know about, which is possible. Sometimes happens. Valparaiso, San Pedro, Montevideo maybe you're saying. Buenos Aires, south of Buenos Aires, further south, quite a bit further south. We're at the bottom of South America here. Banco, I wonder what that means. Ushula, Tijuana, Puerto Varas, no. Ushia, no. It's really near the bottom of South America. Doesn't look like anyone lives there. It looks like 28 days later. Unless it's just early morning. I think they take the Google van out early mornings to do these. We have a right answer. Punta Arenas is correct. It's incredibly badly typed, but I know what you're talking about. So, Michael, you are on the wheel for that. Michael Graven, there we go. Fantastic off the Chameleons. Yeah, Punta Arenas is the name of the place. You just type in the name in so you can see it. Punta Arenas. Very remote, right down the bottom. Let me just I'm gonna go and get the map and put it in there so you can see it on the map. Just take a little bit of mucking about here. So put it in fresh like that. So you see that Punta Arenas, it's on, that's the Strait of Magellan. So that's on the mainland of South America, but there's the Magellan Straits. Can you see what I'm showing you? Yeah, you can. And that is right down the bottom of Chile. You know, Buenos Aires is way to the north. That's like hundreds of miles. See if you overlay Argentina on a map of Europe, sort of turn it round. It's huge. You don't know how big it is. Like, if you put it on a map of Europe, Moscow would be here, and then that would go right across Europe, and that would be Portugal down here. It's just absolutely enormous. Yeah, well done, Michael. Good one. Right, it's 8:30, so that's games for names. So we've got loads of people on the wheel. I think it would be freezing down there most of the, I mean, look, there's the Falklands, yeah. There's the Falkland Islands, and you know that's just freezing cold and full of sheep. And then Punta Arenas is here. I mean, there's places even further south. And it's funny, isn't it? That bit's Argentina, that bit's Argentina, but all this bit's Chile. This bit that's cut off is Tierra del Fuego. I'd love to go down there. I'm kind of cured of travel. I don't really crave travel so much these days, but I'd love to go down there. Have a look at the remoteness. Let's have a look at Rio Grande. Let's have a look at that. That's even further south. Oof, here we are. It's the absolute bottom of Argentina. Farmacia. It's pretty normal, actually. Kiosco. Meat shop carniceria. Looks like you'd get an absolute doing every night. Tell them you're British and they just kill you. Beat you up every night. Probably. That's probably a misapprehension of the actual truth. They're probably very nice people. Pretty low rise. Nothing really above 1 or 2 stories down here. It looks like Bell's Hill. Excellent. Las Malvinas. Land of not fire. Tierra del Fuego. Let's go down to the waterfront and see what's there. So there it is. South Atlantic Ocean. That's a house. I wonder how much it is to buy a house there. I might move there. If it's got decent internet, I could just do the quiz from there. It'd be a lot cheaper to live there, I would imagine. A part-time job, counting fish or something, whatever it is people do down there. Looks all right. It doesn't look too bad. It looks better than like Saltcoats or Ardrossan. Which one's the rough one out of Ardrossan and Saltcoats, by the way? Because I was talking with somebody about this earlier today. What's rougher, Saltcoats or Ardrossan? Because I got a friend who's going to go to Arran tomorrow, and he's got one of these fancy camper vans, and his plan is to drive there tonight and like just stay in the van in Ardrossan, ready to get on the ferry in the morning. I'm like, oh, I says, oh, Ardrossan's rough. You'll get your windows put in. Don't stay overnight in Ardrossan in a car park. Don't do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's years since I was there. But I remember thinking it was a bit rough when I was there. But what's worse, Saltcoats or Ardrossan? Well, thanks for your answers. Michael says Saltcoats is worse. Alison says Ardrossan is worse. So that's settled that one. Oh, here's a bit of experience. Ian says, went to Argentina on the 30th anniversary of Falklands conflict. So what was that? 92, 02, 12. 2012, yeah. Everyone was very friendly. Did you go to Buenos Aires or did you go further afield? I've never been to Argentina. The boss of one of the pubs that I've been working, and hopefully we'll be working in again soon, he went to Argentina a few years ago, maybe around about the same sort of time frame, maybe around about 2012. And he said, money-wise, it was just one of his best holidays ever. He said his money just went for miles and miles. 5-star hotels, you know, it was like 5 pence per night, stuff like that. Said the food was amazing. You always get a steak like that big. If you're into steak. If you're a vegetarian, you probably get a vegetable that big for £1 or less. Right, they're both rough. That looks like my kind of place there. Bit shabby. Steep roof for doing stunts off. Looks all right. I quite like the look of this place. What's this place called? Rio Grande. When's that? That's April. It says the image captures April 2014. So that's the end of their summer. Just coming into winter. That looks all right. Yeah, Ian, did you wear your Union Jack shorts? You must answer this question. It was part of our honeymoon. Buenos Aires and the Andes. Amazing steak and wine for pesos. Absolutely brilliant. How did you fly there? Did you have to go via the USA? Or did you go Heathrow and then to Argentina? How do you fly to Argentina? I don't even know. These houses look all right. I quite like how they all look a bit different. Well, they all look quite different. Instead of just rows of prefabs like we have, not prefabs, but just, template houses. Looks all right. That's it's like my kind of vehicle as well. I don't drive, right? But if I did drive, I'd drive something like that for sure. Total wreck. Via Madrid. Right, okay, yeah. Right. I better get out of here. So no shorts, sorry, but Norman's saying, but he did go to Lark Hall. So the shorts were there, but you just kept them covered up, didn't you? Rule number 1 of being British, you go to any country abroad, just don't mention the war. The war? There's always a war that we've been involved in. I wonder what these flags are over here. Let's have a look. Looks like a crazy golf. Looks like a one-hole crazy golf course. What are the flags? That looks the Argentina flag, and that looks like the Spanish flag, but maybe it's just the province, Tierra del Fuego province. Let's have a look at that on Wikipedia just before I go. Tierra del Fuego province. Let's get this on so you can see what I'm looking at. The neutrality of this article is disputed. That's probably the flag there. That's their flag. A good flag. Crazy flag. Wild flag. It's got some angles in there. How do you draw that? That's a full-on flag. Non-partisan. It's all right, Ian. Most of us are from Edinburgh, so we don't care. Either way. I lived in Glasgow for 17 years. And I was saying this on Twitter the other day. I was kind of surprised when I moved there as to how big a deal sectarianism actually was. Grew up here in the East. I'm back in Edinburgh now, but moved to Glasgow in 1990. And, you'd heard about it. And in fact, I was a supporter of Celtic Football Club before I moved to Glasgow. But when I moved to Glasgow, it was like, oh, it's actually real. I was kind of a bit surprised by that. In 1990, I thought, the modern day, this is the modern times. We're living in modern times. It's 1990. People are still doing this. Right, okay, I didn't realise. 30 years later, still going on. Yeah, it does look like a bird, doesn't it? Looks like a bird taking off to the stars. Starbird. I like it. It's a quality flag. Right, I better get out of here because I've got to reset. Moved to Glasgow in 91, still here. Yeah, I came in 1990 and stayed till 2007, and then we moved to Greece for a couple of years, and then we came back to Scotland. And when we came back to Scotland, came back to Edinburgh because my parents were here and we were having a baby. It was supposed to be temporary, but here we are, 11 years later, still in Edinburgh. One of these days, I might go back to the big G. Or maybe I'll move somewhere warm and dry. I don't know. I miss Glasgow a lot for lots of reasons, but I do not miss the rain. It is a lot drier through here. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, not a thing at all down there. Yeah. They could. Yeah, it's different shades in it. In Glasgow, it's everyday life. In Edinburgh, it's like you've heard of it. They do that sort of thing in Glasgow, but you don't really believe it. And in England, they just don't even know about it. So it's, you know, we get terribly superior about English people. We say, oh, like they vote Tory and stuff like that. How can they do that? They're BAMs, you know. But then we do sectarianism. Yeah. So, right, I'm going to get off just now. I've got to quickly reset, start again for 9 o'clock. But in case you don't understand what it is, I'll do the 9 o'clock quiz. It's exactly the same quiz as I've just done. It just suits other people to be doing it at 9 instead of 7. All the questions to get on the wheel of names are different, but the quiz itself is the same. And then round about 10:30, I'll be spinning a wheel for all the prizes. All right. They have racism instead. It's not like we don't have racism here, Lorna. Let's face it. That's another thing. Scottish people are always like, oh, the English are racist. You know, it's like, yeah, so are we. You know, got quite a bit of it here. I'm not saying anyone's better than anyone else. That's the bit I don't like, where we're supposedly superior to them, you know. I don't buy it. Yeah. And the thing is, we've got a lot. Well, there's racism down there. There's racism everywhere. And the thing is, we've got a lot smaller percentage of people who are a different colour. You know, Scotland's far more white. And if Scotland was less white, I'm pretty sure the racism had come out pretty front and centre. It's the chattering classes thing. The chattering classes like to say that Scotland's not racist. We're better than that, you know, and it's like, yeah. Not so sure. Anyway, here we are talking about racial politics, and I need to get reset and fix these typos and get ready for the 9 o'clock quiz. So thank you all very much for doing the quiz. Upload your score if you haven't already. That's the score upload link. I've just put it in the chat, and I'm just going to put my donation link in there as well, just in case any of you thought tonight's preparation and execution of this wonderful quiz by me was worth a couple of quid. That'd be lovely. A lot cheaper than going out to a quiz, you know what I mean? Thanks very much. Right, I'll see you all later. Cheers, Lorna. Hopefully see you at the Persevere soon. I'm now in touch with the Persevere, but still no date at the moment. We'll see what happens. All right. Good night.